John. Welcome to Mr. G's Workbench. Today's our final episode in the AH-1 Cobra build. If you recall, this is the special hobby boxing of ICM's kit. It's a great kit. I can't say it enough. I thoroughly enjoyed building it, but I'm not going to lie, I kind of ran out of gas towards the end, but I did finish it. So just so you get a quick idea, here it is. I'm going to show you a bunch of close-ups of it as I tell you what I did to get there. And apologies up front, this isn't my typical step-by-step where I show you the paint booth and what I'm doing as I go along on the bench. I was having a lot of issues with the computer I used to edit. I was trying to get that fixed. My work schedule, my home schedule, everything kind of just crapped out on me all at one time. But I did finish the build in dribs and drabs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to tell you as much as I can about it, step by step, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And as always, I hope you'll leave me some feedback in the comments. Let me know what you think of the build. If you've built the ICM kit, or if you've got the special hobby boxing of it, let me know what you think of it. So let's turn around, we'll take a look at the bench, and let's take a close-up look at the Cobra, okay? Now, if you recall, at the end of the last video where we were working on the Cobra, we had gotten it built up, it was ready for primer and paint. First thing I did to getting into the paint booth was I used Mr. Surfacer, I think it's 1200 mahogany primer. I wanted it to have kind of a brownish tinge to it, and I figured if I did that and then applied light coats of olive green, I would get where I wanted to be. And then the initial green paint that you see here was Tamiya's olive drab. And what I did was I started out, I gave the whole thing a base coat of the straight color, thinned down 50-50 with Tamiya X20A acrylic thinner. And then what I did, because I wanted to bring out individual panels and fade the paint a little, was I went back and I took that Tamiya olive drab and I cut it by eye with Tamiya dark yellow. I'm going to say that the percentage of yellow to the green was 1 part of dark yellow to every 2 to 3 parts of the olive drab. And then I went in and I carefully sprayed individual panels. Once I had the individual panels in, then I gave it a light misting of that same thinned color. And that left me with darker areas here, like you can see where the panel lines are. The next thing I had to do, these weren't attached at the time, was I masked off and I painted the black tail boom and the tail back here. So the color I used for the black was Hataka's jet black. I sprayed again the straight jet black out of the bottle the way it is, and then I went back and I took the jet black and added 2 to 3 drops of a very light gray. Honestly, it doesn't matter what gray you use if you got the same idea in mind. And then what I did is I tried to just get in there in between the rows of rivets and just lightly apply that lightened jet black into all those areas. I also did the same in the front. The panel up here was jet black, and then I came in and just did a light coat, you know, right around the highest point of the nose. Came back with that lightened black and just misted it on. The next thing was the red. This was Insignia red. Again from Hataka. I painted these winglets separately from the helicopter. I just had to mask off that one spot there. So once I was satisfied with the color overall, that was that. The color-wise, the only other thing was the guns up here. What I did was I painted them with German gray. And then I came back in with a black wash later on for them. That was, you know, as crazy as I went with that. I applied a coat of acrylic gloss over the whole thing so I get these decals on. This is the one downfall of the special hobby kit. was the decals. They were absolutely terrible in terms of they were stiff, and once they touched the model, they didn't want to move again. If you laid the whole decal down, you were not going to get any kind of adjusting time. It went on and it stayed on. There was nothing else to do with it. I didn't even use any of the stenciling, which I had wanted to do. You can see there's still a bit of I still wound up with some silvering on here. I was not happy with that. Then I gave it a coat of satin. Yeah, I believe it was an acrylic satin, and I left it at that. So that's how we wound up at this. Then I was able to unmask. The door obviously got painted at the same time as the rest of the helicopter. This was all masked off before painting the main fuselage. Once I was done, I went to put the door in, and I felt that the door, the way it was given in the kit, the door would have been out open, like almost forward, pointing towards this open canopy I was going to have. It looked a little too cluttered. What I did was I took this bracket and I sawed it at the two joints here and here. I just cut it up with, I separated the two pieces with an X-Acto knife, and then I installed this part into the transmission housing area, and then I put this in at an angle that I felt was a little less wide open. And I think it's open enough that you can see in without becoming an issue. The wings were already installed, so the next thing I had to do was install the weapons on the wings. The two gun pods on the inner pylons are from the ICM kit. Easy enough to put together as like 3 pieces. And then these rockets on the outside, I could not use them because they were resin parts added into the kit by Special Hobby, and I think they look really cool. I was very happy with the way they came out. I painted the rockets and the gun pod are painted a slightly darker green than the fuselage is. I wanted to differentiate it. They weren't all painted at the same time in real life, so why would they, look that way here? The next thing I did was, I guess they're like transport wheels for on the ground. They get installed on the ground so they can drag the helicopter around. The wheels are resin and were provided by Special Hobby. The brackets that are locked on to the skids, those were included in the ICM kit. For the wheels, I used Ammo by Miggs rubber and tires, I believe it's called. It's kind of a grayish. It's a lot lighter than black, but I just wanted to kind of differentiate it from these bracket things, and I was pretty happy with it. The hubs are painted straight Tamiya olive drab. The next thing I did was I installed this canopy open. Now this is one of my many self-inflicted wounds here. On the Cobra, the front door opens on the left side. The backseat guy's canopy opens on the right. I thought they were both on the right. I glued that shut back when I installed all the glass. The Special Hobby gives you some photo etch brackets to use for the pistons that would hold it open. There's 2 of them, but I only installed one. The other one's supposed to get installed back here and connect to here. I tried it for about 10 minutes and it wasn't working. I felt I was just going to crap the whole thing up, so I left it at that. I also had issues with my own issues. I had glue residue here. I had glue residue on the inside of the windscreen here. I went in with some of these, as a matter of fact, and tried to polish out the glass as much as I could. If I would have been a little more careful installing the glass, maybe I wouldn't have had that issue. Now the rotor, I painted the rotors Tamiya flat black, and the central parts are just, it was a light gray. I put that on per the instructions, did the black, did the tips in Tamiya yellow. Once everything was dry, I took dots of white oil paint and I just stippled on some dots, and then I took a wide flat brush, slightly dampened with white spirits, tamped it off on a paper towel, and then I had the white dots on the rotor, and I just went and lightly pulled them across. And I kept doing it until I was satisfied with the finish. Any place that I felt it was too thick, then I would just put some more white spirits on the brush and take more off. I wanted the blades to look, it is Vietnam. I wanted them to look like they do get used, they do get dirty. Nobody's getting up there and cleaning the rotors. I applied a brown wash over the central part of the hub. I also painted up and weathered this tow bar, and this is part of the stuff that comes in the kit. I still have to paint the wheels. You can see I got to paint the wheels tire black. I just wanted it to look beat to shit. I didn't glue it on because I want to be able to take this kit to shows, and if I did this, I can guarantee this will break off before it even reaches the car. So there we have it. That's my build of the Special Hobby AH-1 Early Tales over Nam. I'm very happy with the kit. If you decide to build it, whether you do the ICM kit or if you do the Special Hobby boxing, my big lessons learned: be very careful installing the canopies, the clear parts. For me personally, it was really hard to get everything lined up and to look right. Once I did get them all in, I still managed to get glue on the transparencies. Shame on me. But overall, I think it looks good. I'm happy with it. I'll probably still take it to shows, and see what happens. I think for the money, like I said, I'm not getting paid by Special Hobby. Nobody gave me anything for this. I paid $76 shipped for this kit. If I would have bought the same kit domestically from an online retailer like Sprue Brothers, I would have paid $90 plus another $8.95 shipping for just the plain kit. So the only thing I didn't like and I would caution about is the decals. Beware of the decals. Use them with caution. Other than that, I'm very happy with it. I just want to, before we go, thank you to everybody who subscribed to the channel. We're up over 1,560, I believe, was the last time I checked. Thank you one and all for subscribing. I appreciate your support. A big shout out to my channel subscribers. Thank you all for your additional support of the channel. And we should be getting together in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to start another build. And what I'm going to try to do is, instead of trying to do like one whole episode where it's getting built and another whole episode where it gets painted and decaled, I think I'm going to go back to what I was doing with the F-18, which was like a step-by-step type thing. Maybe not just individual steps this time, but I'm going to try to do shorter videos more frequently, and I think it'll also kind of keep me honest and keep me going. Because honestly, on this Cobra build, I was losing gas quickly towards the end. So again, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you like the video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. Help feed the algorithm so we can get more people to the channel. And if you know anybody that builds models, if you belong to a club, hey, I hope you'll let everybody else know about the channel and we can kind of share the hobby, all right? So until the next time we get together, take care, stay well. I'll see you then.